Morning, guys. Happy Sunday. Football Sunday. I got a quick little video for you today. We're going to take the heat exchanger out of that furnace that I swapped out, and we're going to see where the cracks are in that heat exchanger, and that should be a fun little investigation. We're going to probably take it out and fill it up with water and see how much water comes out of that sucker. But yeah, let's get to it. Okay guys, what we have here is my messy van from yesterday's furnace install. As you can see, she's packed to the gills. But what you don't see back there is the infamous furnace that supposedly has a big crack in it. So what we're going to do is we're going to pull it out of the truck here. I'm going to start taking him apart, and we're going to look at that heat exchanger, and we might fill it up with water. Stay tuned. Alright, let's do a quick visual inspection here. And from what I could see, I looked at all of these and they looked good, but that rivet, I don't know if you can see that, back in there looks like it's cracked. I'll run my phone back in there. See if we can see that better. Not that one. That one right there looks like she is cracked. But let me show you what the problem is. The problem is that he ran his camera through the high limit here, and that's only going to get you between, see my limit right there? That's going to get you between these two cells, and I don't see anything between these two cells. So we're going to do, probably it doesn't give you a very good visual, but I do see a crack on this cell here. But like I said, it's over here. He ran his camera through here and told him he saw a crack. So let's see what we see between here. Let's start taking this thing apart out of the cabinet, see what we can see. All right, let me show you what I'm going to do here. So I got the left-hand side, and I got the right-hand side of the furnace. I got cell number 1, cell number 2, cell number 3, cell number 4. Limit switch is between 2 and 3, which is where he ran his camera up through. And then what I did was I transferred that here. So you got cell 1, the outside, 2, 3, 4, 4 out. So we know our limit switch is in here. And I think I saw my crack. I think I saw it on the outside of this one, or one of these ones, which he could have never visually seen. And like I said, he did not run any carbon monoxide test either, like I did. So let's start pulling the guts out of this guy. We'll pull this top piece off. We'll slide everything out. We'll slide all these cells out, and we're going to visually look at them. And we may fill them up with water, like I said. So let's continue on here. Okay. Oh, give my back a rest. My back's hurting from yesterday. I'll be right back. Had to get myself some water too. Whew. This one there. We'll take him out of there too. Hell. Baffle out of there. See what we can see. All right, so we got our empty shell here. All our goodies we pulled off, our burners, inducer, collection, sorry, not collection chamber. This is not a 90%er, but our inducer assembly there, gas valve, our plate that goes over the heat exchangers, our little baffles there, and here's our heat exchanger. So if we're going to have a breach, it's most likely going to be in these rivets. So let's give you the rundown here. So this is facing the front of the furnace here. This is number 4, which is off to our left, right? So 4, 3, 2, 1. Our limit switch would have been in there. This is where he would have ran his camera. Would have been right here, between these two. I see some heat marks there. But I don't see, he didn't see any cracks, guys. These could have opened up here, or these rivets here, and he didn't see anything. Now if we go over here to the outside of number 3, you know, you see some wear there, but I don't see a breach there. The only place I see a breach is on the outside of number 4, right here. So let's push these back together. So you're facing the front of the furnace. This would be the outside cell, which the only way you could see the outside of this is if you cut into the side of the furnace. And let me think here. The way this was laying, this would have been the bottom up against the ground. There's no way he could have cut a hole and seen this. But right there, that's our only spot where I see a crack. Everything else looks good. Here's the outside of number 1, and yeah, sure, there's a lot of heat there. Sorry about my fingers. Sure, there's a lot of heat there, but I don't see any cracks. Everything looks to be intact. So now what we're going to do, I'm going to grab this guy, take him downstairs, and we're going to fill these up with water. And I bet you the only one that leaks water is Mr. number 4 there. All right, guys, I got them all numbered. So this is number 4. This is the one that I'm sure has a crack in it, has that rivet that's got the crack. There's 3, 2, 1. So we're going to have the camera this way, so we'll have 4 there, 3, 2, 1. Let's fill them up and see what we got. Okay, we're going to start with number 1. Okay, let's let that one settle. Go on to number 2. let me show you the results here. All right, so if you look, we're getting water running out of every single rivet. So definitely a weak point in these heat exchangers are those little rivets. But check out this one. This is that big crack. Look at that sucker. But these ones just kind of ran out just a little bit. You'll see it, just a tiny little trickle. But this one definitely need to be replaced, boys. But you know, it had a big crack in the heat exchanger with no carbon monoxide in the airstream. Just goes to show you that's not always the case. I still agree with replacing it, which I did. See you on the next one.